Hi darlings, in this video I want to share with you about the biggest of the biggest miracles that has happened in my life. That kind of miracle where if I was from the past, the way I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, if I was to look at myself today, 40 years was kind of like exaggerating because I was too little at that time. But yeah, if you take me some time ago and I was to look at myself today, I would never believe it is possible. I would never believe that kind of transformation could have happened. And the reason is because most of my life, till about 5 years ago, was one continuous torture. I lived in so much of emotional pain. There was also physical pain, but the biggest suffering was because of the emotional pain. And that emotional pain was coming from the quality of my human connections, or more accurately, from the absence of human connections. Because since I was a teenager, I suffered from intense feelings of isolation, the feelings of being an outcast. It started when I was a teenager, and then it continued into high school where I was bullied. And then most of my adult life, I was avoiding being in groups. And whenever I do happen to be amongst people, I would feel rejection after rejection after rejection. There was this strong feeling about myself that something's really not okay there inside of me. Something is absolutely not acceptable by others. Because otherwise, why would they all feel that about me? The most amazing, beautiful people, that's how I experienced with them. They would just reject me. And people who are shitty, they also would reject me. Any environment, I would have that same experience again and again of being an outcast, someone who is not acceptable in who they are. There is no place for them in this society. And that's how I went through my life. And the only thought that gave me relief, like there was so much pain that the only way I could bear it was that I knew that at some point my life will end. At some point we all die. So definitely one day it will all end. And that thought gave me relief. And I did anything I could to make it better. And nothing worked. Once, when I experienced this subtle abuse of a coworker in the place where I worked, what I did, I even brought her flowers. I just tried to be a nice girl. That's what I did. That was my strategy. And of course, that wouldn't work. Because what I was doing, instead of changing the door, so it doesn't squeak, I was oiling the places that squeak. I was just putting oil, but eventually it will squeak again and again and again. And the way you experience me today, okay? Some of you know me. Some of you know me through these videos. And some of you know me in person. Especially those of you who know me in person know that I'm an amazing being, just as you are. And like I have this deep sense of that inside of myself. I know about my awesomeness now. I know how much impact I make, how much I contribute to every human that crosses my path. I know deep within my bones, I have that feeling of self-trust, trust in my own energy, this feeling of worth, worthiness, self-worth, trust in life. And when I look at you out there, I see so much beauty there. And I feel so much love. And all I want is just to play and explore. I really want to get to know you. I want us to experience together the awesomeness of being in connection. That's where I'm at today. And you ask me, was that possible? How did that shift happen? And I ask this myself. I can't believe it's still me, Mahaya, or in the past I used to be Alina, and I'm experiencing this now in my life. And to tell you the truth, it was very intentional work to get here. It was day to day intentional focus to get to where I'm at right now. It didn't come on its own. And still, I consider it to be a miracle to see how much transformation could happen. Where I could make those pauses and feel good about them, where I can be silent and not to worry about what others will think, and that I need to fill up the space with words, not to lose the connection. Where I have this trust in my energy, in my presence. And in the next few videos, I will talk about what helped me to get from where I was and to where I am today. What tools, what practices did it to me. And just as a teaser, I'm going to just name them right now. And then I'll go deeper into each one of them in my videos. So the practices that I really found beneficial in this transformation that has happened, for this miracle to have happened, were the relational practices, mindfulness practices, somatics, coupled with microdosing, relational, such as circling, a form of authentic relating, kind of like a more mindful approach to authentic relating, intentional mindfulness practices, somatics, and microdosing, the plant medicine work in small doses to support the receptivity and increased levels of self-awareness, of awareness. So if any of this of an interest to you, please keep your eyes and ears open. I will be releasing videos to talk about each one of those practices. In case there might be something there for you as well. Miracles are possible. I love you all so much. and see you again very soon.